The Journeyman series, brought to you by Game Day Gum. Sorry, just trying to get organized here with what I need to do. I need to call Nashville Electric Service. I need to make sure I have renter's insurance, internet and cable. Here it is, AT&T, Comcast. Gotta have some electricity. OCD's kicking in. It's a lot easier to just rent furniture from court because you really never know how, well, I guess it depends on the player, but I really don't know how long I'm going to be in a certain place. I've lived in Atlanta, downtown San Diego across the street from the stadium. I've lived downtown Pittsburgh. I've lived outside of Pittsburgh in Wexford. I've lived in downtown Philly, Lynchburg, Virginia, Lehigh Valley, Altoona, Pennsylvania, Sacramento, San Francisco, Scottsdale, Surprise, Bradenton, Florida during spring training. And that's just scratching the surface of the amount of places that I've been to. Domestically, I've been all over the country. I've played in the International League, which is all East Coast, and the PCL, which is the West Coast. 1, 2, 3, 4. Love my baseball lifestyle gear. When you're in the show, you're conveniently traveling right after games onto a charter flight. Just one step below the big leagues, we fly commercial. We're typically on the first flight out, and depending on which city you're leaving from, that'll dictate how early in the morning you have to get up. Sometimes as early as 4 a.m. to catch a 6:30 a.m. flight, and then you get in at 11 a.m. and then you can rest for a little bit. But eventually you have to get to the field in the afternoon to get ready for a 7 o'clock game. And typically those games will end around between 10 and 11. Then you go to bed and you're exhausted. And then you'll want to sleep in until about noon the next day to make up for sleep. We will take buses occasionally. It just depends how close the city is. If the city's within 5 hours away, we'll get on a charter bus and we'll have two different buses. So that just kind of gives you an idea of how long these days really can become. Welcome to a minor league AAA team's room. In AAA, you'll see a mixture of guys. You have some guys that are experiencing AAA for the very first time, clawing their way, just fighting to get to the big leagues for that major league debut. You have other guys that have already been there that are fighting for that second opportunity.
How did it feel to get in the game last night and finally play again?
It felt great. It's been a while since I've been underneath the lights, but I was really energetic and just happy to be out there. I really have been putting up some great work on trying to become a better person. I'm not perfect, but I have a positive mindset. People don't get it right the first time, but I'm excited that I get a second chance.
I don't know whether people think that opportunities are easy or hard to come by in AAA to get called up to the big leagues. It really all just depends on a given season, the team that you're with, and a bit of good timing, and you have to be playing well. And if all those things are aligned, an opportunity may arise. But it's just important for you to focus on what you can control. I think that some players get caught up putting a little too much pressure on themselves, causing them to get a little tight and not play as well and show what they really can do. You gotta focus on what you can control and know what things are out of your control. Because focusing on the things that you can control is how you're gonna become the best ball player that you can be for a season. Once again, thank you to our sponsor, Game Day Gum.